Empty spaces inspire me. And lucky for me, there are plenty of places like that in Toledo. Every time I pass by an empty window or a vacant storefront, I can't help but to wander over and peek in the windows and think to myself, what's happened here? What could happen here, and what type of future does this space have? As an artist, a lot of these things that I think of are very whimsical in nature. Big, bold, engaging displays, things that catch your eye and pull you in. It kind of goes back to that childhood memory, the look at that puppy in the window. You saw something, it caught your eye, you ran over, and it changed your day. It changed the way that you thought about things, and it changed the course of your day because it engaged you. So I'm talking about creating windows into new worlds. Artist-created displays, something that'll take a passive space and turn it into an active space. Now, as brilliant as I would like to think that I am, I didn't come up with this idea on my own. It's working in places all across the United States and abroad. Programs like this are working in Phoenix, LA, Chicago, New York. The list goes on, and it's revitalizing downtown areas that have faced the challenges that our downtown is facing. So a program like this with pop-up galleries and window displays are going to help artists, building owners, and the community at large. Programs like this are going to help artists in the almost obvious ways. You know, it's going to double the amount of space that we have to show. It's going to challenge us to think about work in a public setting and installation-based work, things that are going to take on a life of their own once they're in the public outside of a gallery. We have a lot of really fantastic things happening in Toledo, and I'm really excited to be a part of them. We have galleries like Beaux-Arts, Lasso, Launch Pad Cooperative, etc. We also have great public art programs that are starting to take shape, but they don't have the type of sustainability that I'm working toward. We do have the You Are Here project, which was a smashing success last summer. I'm hoping most of you are familiar with it. A program like this would be very similar. It's going to get people to these locations that they might have forgotten about. So the building owners are going to benefit from a project like this, from taking their passive space and making it active. And what I mean by this is it's going to get new foot traffic, because downtown Toledo, we've reached past that hump, that initial stage of people saying, I don't want to go downtown. Why should I go downtown? And why should I stay downtown after my 9 to 5 is over? You know, we've gotten past that. There's tons of businesses down here. You know, it was busy coming in today, lots of traffic, lots of foot traffic. But people are passing by these empty buildings, and they almost turn into eyesores because they've been vacant for so long and neglected. So they don't see it anymore. It becomes a part of the background space. Artist-created displays are going to change that. People are going to see those things walking by. They're going to engage with it, and they're going to think about art in their everyday life. And the art having that type of presence in Toledo is going to really help enhance the creative community as well as the community at large. So the business owners aren't going to lose anything from this either, which is fantastic. We have all this empty space that we can use. You know, they're not making any rent from it being empty, so why not activate it and bring it back to life? So I'm working with some people from Los Angeles at Phantom Galleries LA. It's one of the oldest pop-up gallery organizations in the country. They've developed something called the PopUp Research Station, which I'm very excited to be a part of and to bring to Toledo. And what the PopUp Research Station is a network of artists, building owners, and curators internationally. It's going to connect artists in Toledo to artists in Italy, artists in LA, artists in New York. It's going to get our projects out into the world, and it's going to bring new types of projects that people in our community haven't seen to us. And that's really exciting, this great potential. And this potential is what brought me back to Toledo. After living in Phoenix for several years, I wanted to come back to my hometown and give my hometown some of the things that I've learned. I've learned a lot about arts management, being an artist myself, and working in public art. And when we launched this project working with building owners, I'm hoping to take that to the next level and to help our creative community, because we have a lot to say. There are a lot of great artists here who can make a lot of really engaging work, but maybe haven't found the right outlet yet. So through artist-created displays and pop-up galleries, I'm reimagining Toledo in a more visual sense, looking to take all of this negative space, take it from being passive to being active and engaging in a new type of dialogue. These types of spaces are going to change the way we think about art in the public setting. We think about art, you know, kind of in a gallery or in a museum. But when we think about it in a public setting, it's going to engage us differently. So it's going to get the wheels turning. It's going to get, you know, the people walking by on their lunch hour to think about, how did this get here? Why is it here? How is this happening? And what does it mean to me? So having that international language is going to really kind of change the scope of the creative artistic community in Toledo. And I think that's going to help for the better, because that's going to help make us a more cosmopolitan area. So when I reimagine Toledo, you know, close your eyes for a second, think about the last engaging window display that you saw, whether it was at a shopping mall or passing a pet store. Think about that space, think about what it was that engaged you, just the livelihood of it, and think about what your walk would be like differently if you were passing by buildings filled with exciting things. Thank you.